Zethan loved the moon. He would stare out of his window way up high and gaze upon its light, amazed at how the dazzling moon sparkled in the night. "Look," he'd say, "it looks like cheese," which was his favorite snack. A mega shining cheese ball, he dreamt of taking some of it back. One night he was so hungry, when his family was asleep, he climbed their biggest ladder way up high and took a piece. It tasted like the greatest cheese he ever had before. So the next night, he built a rocket to go back and try some more. He blasted off at midnight when no one was awake, and filled the space inside his rocket with the spoils of his take. He shared some with his dinosaur, and then they both agreed that they'd go back together for more tasty nighttime cheese. So Zethan and his dinosaur blasted off again. They ate until their tummies hurt, then came back and told a friend. Zethan and his friends ran out of rocket things, so he went into his dad's tool shed and found some bouncy springs. But what they didn't notice was that every single night the moon was slowly shrinking, vanishing from sight. Zethan bounced and flew and climbed, bringing more friends every time, until one night he looked around, but the moon was nowhere to be found. "Mommy, Daddy, I ate the moon!" They smiled and Zethan said, "It's true!"
"Well, how'd it taste?"
his daddy asked. "Like cheese," he said, and Daddy laughed.
"Don't worry,"
Daddy said,
"for it will come back soon. The sky makes sure that every month it grows another moon."
"Oh," Zethan yawned, then laid down and slowly closed his eyes. He dreamt of going back to give the moon another try. Zethan is a finder. He finds things all around. He even finds his dad at times he doesn't want to be found. He found his mommy washing underneath her arms. He found his baby sister chewing bracelet charms. He found his grandma praying that grandpa would be quiet. He found his grandpa napping, and it made him want to try it. But the most amazing thing that Zethan found was far from ordinary. And most of those who find this thing, they find it pretty scary. One day his family took a trip deep into the forest, and there he watched his sisters pick more flowers than a florist.
Pretty.
Soon his daddy stopped to pitch the family tent, while Zethan found a tiny trail and whoosh, off Zethan went. He found some shiny rocks and threw them in a pile. Then he used them one by one to draw out a big smile. "Hey, that's cool," he heard a voice that squeaked from close behind. "Mm-hmm," said Zethan. "My dad and I, we do this all the time." Zethan looked around but only saw some birds. He couldn't find the person that had spoke to him those words. "I guess these birds can talk," he said underneath his breath. He said. "That's pretty cool. I wonder what I'll see next." The trail stopped by a creek with a big tree for a bridge. Zethan heard in stories that that's where trolls can live. So he looked under the tree and made sure that it was clear. "What did you find?" the same voice asked. "Oh, nothing under here." "Wait," said Zethan. "Who said that?" As he looked up in the trees, he saw some tiny birds, loud and proud with all their tweets. but none of them said words, for none of them knew how. The voice just stuttered back. I just can't show you now. Why not? Asked Zethan as he climbed across the creek tree bridge. Well, my mommy would be mad if she found out that I did. I would definitely be grounded if she somehow learned the truth, because people aren't supposed to know about the Flabbernoosh. What's that? Laughed Zethan. A flaggerpoo? I've never heard that name. No, said the voice, a Flabbernoosh. It's really not the same. Okay, said Zethan. Well, can we play some I Spy in the woods? When I play with my family, I'm really, really good. I don't know how that game is played, he heard the voice reply. But if you tell me how to play, I'll give it my best try. You go like this, Zethan said. I spy something green. Then I say a tree, and you say, yep, that's exactly what I see. Here, I'll start. I spy something really tall and brown. It's bigger than my house, and it starts down in the ground. Is it a tree trunk? The voice replied. Uh-huh, you got that fast. Now it's your turn to spy something because I spied something last. I spy something green and brown with bumps on top its back. Is it that bush? Zethan guessed. Oh, no, it's not that. Is it these leaves? They're green and brown and bumpy on the top. Good try, he heard the Flabbernoosh say, but I'm sorry it is not. Oh, said Zethan. Is it that frog climbing on the tree? It is, replied the Flabbernoosh. That's exactly what I see. Yes, said Zethan. Now I spy something with pink toes and green spots. It has big eyes and purple hair that's tied in fancy knots. It's wearing something green that looks just like a shirt, and it has 2 wings with feathers that look a little like a bird. Oh no, replied the Flabbernoosh. I know just what you see. That something you are spying? Well, that something is me. Oh, said Zethan. A flaggerpoo? Is that what I see? A Flabbernoosh is how you say it, and yes, you're spying me. Just then, they heard a call from Daddy down the path. Zethan Kline, where are you? You need to come back fast. I'm sorry, Flabbernoosh. I have to go back now. Maybe we can play more later, now that you know how. Maybe, said the Flabbernoosh. Just don't let my mom know. If she knew that I had talked to you, she wouldn't let me go. Okay, said Zethan. I won't tell. And then he walked away. I'm right here, Dad. I didn't leave. I just came here to play. I found a flaggerpoo. Oh, wait, a Flabbernoosh. A what? His daddy asked. I'm not sure to tell the truth, but we had fun just talking and we played the game I Spy. He told me not to tell his mom and I told him I would try. Oh, his daddy said, I'm glad you had some fun, but right now it is time to eat because the 10 is done. He sat down with his family and told them about his friend. He couldn't wait to race right back and find the Flabbernoosh again. Zethan and his dad loved to paint for hours. The worlds they dreamed, their favorite ice cream, or rainbow birds and flowers. Zethan couldn't find a paintbrush, so he looked under the stairs. He found one gold and shiny. At the end were golden hairs. He took it to the table and painted one small pig, smiley and pink with lots of stink. He finished and poof, it was there. He tried to show his daddy, but the pig had walked away. So he followed it to Eden's room and they all began to play. When the fun was over, the pig he waved goodbye and walked back to his paper and flattened back inside. Zethan, that was awesome! Eden then exclaimed. How on earth did you do that? With your paintbrush and some paint? Like this, said Zethan. He grabbed some blue and painted a big spider. Then, just like the story of Little Miss Muffet, it sat down right beside her. Oops, cried Zethan. I don't like bugs and this one's big and hairy. Me too, said Eden. Let's paint something that isn't quite as scary. They both then grabbed the paper and placed it on its back. It flattened in the paper and they threw it in the trash. Can I try a picture? Eden asked him next. Mm-hmm, said Zethan, but only if you paint me a T-Rex. All right, said Eden, but I'll make sure I make her really small. I think it'd be too dangerous to meet a T-Rex that was tall. She painted out a baby Rex and named her Valentine because Eden gave her sparkling hearts from her head to her behind. When she was all done, she waved the paper in the air. But no matter what Eden tried to do, the picture just stayed there. It didn't work, Eden cried, and now I'm really sad. Eden liked her T-Rex and wanted to meet her really bad. Let me try, said Zethan, and he painted a T-Rex. Poof, it was clear. A dino appeared, but this one's name was Chad. Thank you, Zethan, Eden said. But you know what I think? Your T-Rex is pretty too, even though he is not pink. Chad then looked around and raced right out of the door. So they followed close behind to play with him some more. But soon they had both noticed that Chad was growing fast. If they didn't flatten him out soon, his smallness would not last. They ran inside to get the paper, but Chad had walked away. He was stomping around the neighborhood in the middle of the day. Oh no, cried Zethan. He's really big. What should we do now? We need to put this on his back, but I just don't know how. I know, said Eden. What we need is a fine unicorn with magenta hair, a heart right there, and a shining golden horn. Zethan painted, and before long, poof, came the magic horse. Nee, it said. Let's fix this mess. Come on, just climb aboard. They snuck right out the door and flew around the town. But Chad, the former baby Rex, was nowhere to be found. They flew so far they couldn't see their mommy or their dad, but when they looked down just out of town, they saw their T-Rex Chad. He had stopped next to the lake and stooped down to take a drink. Zethan said, If we fly down now, I can reach his back, I think. So down they flew and dropped the paper gently on his back. Chad became his former self, tiny, cute, and flat. Good job, Zethan, Eden cheered. Now I think we should go home. We have left our mom and dad for too long on their own. Mm-hmm, said Zethan, and they flew back and thanked their unicorn. She said goodbye, then touched the paper with her golden horn. That was fun, Zethan said. It was, Eden said too. I'm sad to see our unicorn go, but I had fun with you. Me too, said Zethan. Me 3, Eden laughed. Me 4, me 5, me 10. Then they planned what they'd paint next when they did it all again.
Please remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.